I welcome you all to Focus of the Day session of ANALYST IAS. In this particular session, we will discuss about the topic China plus one strategy. We will have this particular discussion in the following series. First, why in news, followed by about China plus one strategy, followed by prelims practice question, followed by mains practice question. But before we start our discussion, I want you all to be informed about two very important course of Analyst IAS, which include Polity class, which will start from 21st of November, and Ethics class, which will start from 5th of December. And along with that, we will soon launch Public Administration optional course for Mains 2023. So you can inquire about any of the following on the given number, and you can also visit our official address, that is in Old Rajinder Nagar Market. So now let's move on toward our topic of discussion and see why it is in news. There was an article published in The Hindu which says India has a great scope to emerge as a sizable player in electronics and semiconductor product manufacturing as a part of China plus one diversification strategy. So this brings China plus one strategy into news. Now we will discuss about the same. The term China plus one strategy was coined way back in 2013. It is a global business strategy in which it refers to a strategy in which companies avoid investing only in China and diversify their businesses to alternative destinations. The China plus one strategy or just plus one strategy is about still using the resources allocated in China but adding lower wages to the mix. Due to the rising labor cost in China, manufacturing firms are diverting some of the resources to low-cost economies while still using their facilities in China, as shifting the entire production at once is not possible. Wages for Chinese workers have tripled down over the course of past decade. So this is a very good opportunity for India to establish itself as an alternative for China. But there are a lot of problems with India's manufacturing sector. So we will discuss about the same. The first one is stagnant manufacturing sector. The second one is uncompetitive logistic. 70% of the freight is moved by road, which is very expensive. It costs around rupees 2.58 per ton per kilometer. In railways, it costs around rupees 1.41 per ton per kilometer, and in waterways, it is about rupees 1.06 per ton per kilometer. So this is very uncompetitive in nature. The second or the third problem is judicial delays. India takes almost 1440 days to implement a contract versus 150 days in Singapore because of the huge judicial pendency. As per the Economic Survey 2009, reducing judicial delay is essential to ease of doing business. So this is another problem which adds into the India manufacturing sector. Now the next problem is poor growth of India's ready-made garment sector. India's export to European Union carry a 9.6 import levy versus 0 from Bangladesh, Vietnam and Pakistan. Next important problem is import dependency on China. India imports 68% of its active pharmaceutical ingredient requirement from China. So these are problems with the India's manufacturing sector. Now we will see the measures taken by the government to address this problem. The first and the most important measures is amalgamation of the labor law into 4 codes, which will help expand manufacturing sector and attract the investment. The next is promotion of a culture of resolution with Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code and Arbitration and Conciliation Amendment Act 2019. Next is sector level manufacturing. The government has launched a rupees 3,000 crore scheme for setting up bulk drug parks and announced production linked incentive scheme of rupees 7,000 crore for the pharma sector. So this was about the measure taken by the government. Now we will see the way forward and what else is needed to make India's manufacturing sector an attractive destination. The first one is accelerate structural reforms. For ensuring competitive ecosystem and ease of doing business, we need to accelerate structural reforms. Second is boost competitiveness and attract investment through various reform like labor reform, which by increasing the working hours and ensuring the ability to fire workers. And the second one is land reform to redistribute large land parcels on lease along with right to rent, subcontract and mortgage like the Vietnam. Next is improve contract enforcement and dispute resolution timeline by promoting out of court dispute resolution and thereby reducing the cost. And the last one is boost sectoral level manufacturing. So these are the way forward. With this, we are ending this particular discussion. Now we will move on toward our prelims practice question, which says Gujarat Doctrine of India Foreign Policy was propounded during the Prime Ministership of A. Indira Gandhi, B. P.V. Narasimha Rao, C. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, D. H.D. Gowda. So you have to answer this particular question. Write your answer in comment box. I will answer this question in my next video. Now we will discuss about the question of yesterday's focus of the day, that is with regard to the Artemis 1 mission. So the correct answer for this particular question is B, 2 only, as Artemis 1 mission is an unmanned mission. Now we will move on toward our mains practice question, which says China's growing presence in the Indian Ocean region is a cause of concern for India and regional stability. Discuss the implication and the steps taken by India in this regard. So you have to answer this particular question in 250 word. Write your answer and send it to us on our WhatsApp number to get it reviewed. So this is all for today. Stay tuned with Analyst IAS to get further update. Thank you.